Hello my friends, I am Jihondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 2. This is episode 78. At the end of episode 77 we were given a mission here to bring steel to Racombe. I've just gotten it set up at the end of the episode, but I don't think it's actually running yet. I think that's as far as we got. We were also sadly given this mission here for grain to a forest. That's obviously a bugged out mission. That one's never going to complete. So we just have to wait for it to expire, which is unfortunate, but it happens from time to time. Anyway, I do think, though, that I did at least complete the actual setup of the trains. I do want to check that. Okay, yes, I do have actual trains here. Okay, so I must let them run at least a little bit, because they are bringing ore now, which is good. There it is right there. Okay, then let's get rolling. And it looks like we should be finishing a livestock mission fairly soon as well, which would be fun. Alright, so we actually have some steel waiting now. And here comes our steel train here for a pickup. Definitely not full. I could probably stand to take one of these cars off. I think I have... Yeah, I've got 3 cars on it. I don't think I really need 3 cars on it, but it's okay. The Asia Star engine is so powerful. I'm not overly worried about it. It'll absolutely take over these hills without too much issue anyway. And knocking off a third car, the only thing it'll really save is a bit of maintenance, really. A tiny, tiny, tiny bit of acceleration, but probably not enough to even notice. So I'm not overly worried about it. But anyway, we are now dropping off. We are now profitable there, and this mission will soon update to show it's started. That's fantastic. In the meantime, why don't we go have a look at Lewis Head here and see how our farm is doing. Okay, it's doing pretty well, especially on livestock, so this train here should have a pretty heavy load, at least of the livestock. Excellent. So either this train coming in or the one after it should finish that mission, and that would be awesome. I'd say we're doing pretty well. I should hope so, though we've been playing for, what, about 200 years now, or just shy of, because we started in 1800 even, and we're up to 1997, so. Hey, there we go, so that mission has completed. Let's see what Busy Bee gets for us to replace it. While we're waiting on that, why don't we go check on some of our boat missions we have, or routes that we haven't looked at in a while. Let's start up here at our little village of Sluness here, which has grown quite a fair bit. Over to St. Dunberg here. Okay, so they might need one more passenger ferry, but they're otherwise okay, so I think I will give them one more passenger. That's this guy here. There we go, that should help a little bit. The new mission coming in, I'm pretty sure is a duplicate. Yes, it is. We're already doing that one, so we can just kind of ignore it. It'll start on its own, and let's just keep looking at our boat mission. I keep saying missions. Most of these were not actually missions. They were just ones I set up to give us something to do. Here's the other one. Nope, that's one I just looked at. Wow. It's not easy having no memory whatsoever. This is another one. There we go. This city's definitely grown quite a bit as well. Okay, it is massively overloaded. How's the actual docks on this side? Also massively overloaded. Okay, so clearly, yes, thank you, message buffer. Clearly we need several more passenger ferries, probably at least 1 or 2 more mail boats. I'm not sure if we need another valuables boat or not, but we definitely need more passengers. For sure, for sure. Okay, so let's start with one more mail boat, and then I'm going to say 5 more of these. hopefully that's enough. Whew. It's kind of crazy if it isn't, but hopefully that's enough. Obviously they'll need some time to work themselves into the list, so we'll let them go for a while, and we can go and check on our one in the very far... Wow, look at the size of that city. Whew, that's huge. Anyway, we'll check on the one way down here somewhere. There it is. See how we're doing here. Okay, so you're totally fine on mail, just a little bit heavy on passengers. And on this side, you are really heavy on both. Okay. Then clearly, I definitely need more passenger ferries for sure. Okay, that's getting annoying. I'm just going to move this. Let's say 5 more of them as well. And again, they'll need time to work themselves into the system. I'm just wondering if it's worth putting another mail boat on there, given the one side has no mail whatsoever, which means it's often going to be waiting. Maybe I'm better to actually just clone a few more helicopters, because they are at least taking some of this mail with them. So maybe that's what I'll do instead. Plutonbury. Maybe we'll just get a couple more of these. I don't want too many of them because they will interfere with each other, but at least a couple more. That might help a little bit. Not a lot, probably, but a little bit. Better than nothing. So, anyway. Okay, so that gets all those going nicely. This valuables mission should be completing fairly soon. So should this grain one, because they're both very low quantity, which is nice. Let's go check on Putwell. The city's grown nicely as well. And as I recall, we have plenty of vehicles coming here, even though this bank hardly can service them. There's the actual station. There it is. Lots of passengers waiting. If I sort by name, might be easier. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it looks like we have 3 valuables trucks coming at a time, each holding 25 bags. That doesn't really sound like a lot to me. I thought I had more than that, but I probably got rid of some because there's so little production here that they were always just waiting. That's probably what I did. I don't actually remember, but it sounds like something I would do, because I would bet there was massive traffic jams here. Yeah, I can see there's always stuff waiting. It's waiting on valuables. Although it does sound like I could use a few more passenger buses. How are the stations on this side doing? Okay, they also would like more passenger service. And the marsh here would also like more passenger service. Okie dokie. I guess I know what I'm doing. Where's the passenger one? There's one. Let's say 3 of those. That should do. Will help anyway. Might not be a terrible idea to get one more mail vehicle as well. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Okay. That should help with some of that backlog. Well, I never even noticed that. I put this depot on the end of a hill. So as they're leaving, they have to basically, you know, fire it up and then go straight up a hill. I bet that sucks in winter when that... Their engines are very cold and they barely have the power to even move, let alone climb a hill. That was not very good planning on my part. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'm doing passengers here as well. I'll do 2 more of those and 1 valuables, which might be a little bit much for that Putwell station, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that should help with some of the backlog anyway, with all our routes. Fantastic. Good stuff. Well, that's an interesting looking building. Kind of looks like a greenhouse, sort of. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be otherwise, if it isn't. Or maybe it's just some building with a whole lot of solar panels on the top. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It certainly is neat anyway. Although I still really do like these really weird shaped buildings here. In the different colors. I have no idea what they are, but they're neat anyway. I really do like the little graphical touches the game has. These things amuse me. Anyway. These cities are growing really nicely. Okay. Good stuff. Guess we can put the speed up finally. I've got everything running and sorted out. We can get at least this mission done for sure, because it's very, very close. It wouldn't surprise me if this one finishes as well, although I do recall grain was a bit less at this farm than livestock. But still, that's not a large quantity, so it should tick through relatively quickly. But this one's definitely going to finish first. Of that, I have no doubt whatsoever. So, that will be good. I can see this one's going to take a long, long time to finish. Well, that's fine. Obviously, this one will take a long time to clear. It's a shame that there's no way that I know of anyway in this script to arbitrarily cancel a mission and just say, forget it, I'm never going to do this one, so that we could get a replacement. But if there is a way to do that, I'm not aware of it. Or at least maybe just to change it, like even if it just said, you know, to some other place that actually does accept grain, then sure, I could do it. But forests are an export-only place. They do not accept imports, and they definitely don't want grain. So that's not going to happen. No matter how hard I try. Well, let's check on how our opponents are doing. I see Bork is still not even trying. It bought those 2 airports, but then never bought an airplane for them. So I have no idea what it's doing. How's Choo Choo doing? Choo Choo's doing pretty well. Turning over about 11 mil a year. That's not bad. 70 trains and 60 buses. I'm almost 100% sure they're buses because I'm pretty sure Choo Choo only does passenger traffic. So. But still, that's very nice. Company value of 330 mil. Not bad. How are we doing? We're turning over about 21 a year, which is awesome. For a whole lot more vehicles and a fair bit higher company value too, which is cool. Yeah, but clearly Choo Choo's doing quite well. It's already made chairman, which is a pretty high rank, so that's good. Very, very good. Well done, Choo Choo. Anyway, Pudwell has finished, and we're just waiting on the replacement, which appears to be the exact same one for just a different amount. Well, that's disappointing. Well, at least we know it will complete relatively quickly, because we're already doing it. Well, I think now we're at a point where it's safe to say that either this green mission or this oil mission actually is ticking up pretty well too, because this oil field, well, the production has definitely dropped, but it still is able to, by the time the boat gets there, it still has about 120,000 per trip, and it's, I mean, it's a fair trip, but it's not, you know, crazy. So that's not too bad. When this pops in, we'll be able to see how much that jumps the percentage. My math in my head is not working well today, so I don't even want to guess. Well, 5% per trip, so if that holds on average, then 3 more trips. I don't know if that was a particularly good or particularly bad trip, but if that average stays, then this will not take long at all either. Fantastic. If that was an attempt at French, I think I failed it. Anyway. Yeah, it's quite the race we got going on between that oil and that grain. I think the oil's going to win, but it's going to be close. And it's only really because the farm is really livestock heavy and very grain poor relative to, you know, averages. So I think that's the only reason that it's not already done. Although this coal mission is getting awfully close too, so we got quite the race going on. And that is neat. Okay, so it might take one extra trip. That oil may have just been a rounding thing. I do kind of wish there was a little more decimal accuracy, but it's okay. Or if instead of just telling me a percentage, if it would just tell me, you know, you've completed, you know, 1,500 of your 2,000 or something like that, then I know exactly where we were, but it's okay. So we got Choo-Choo's train. Oops. Okay, so Bork has given up again. As we know, they have 2 airports. Do I have any way of jumping to them to see them? Probably not. If they're in decent cities, I actually might take them up on this offer. Although I think that means I inherit all their debt too, which is kind of crappy. I'm not sure I want to pay $3 million for 2 airports, so I think I'll just say no. Anyway, I was looking here, seeing how Choo-Choo is doing. They're apparently doing quite well. This must be, considering how small this city is, that's a lot of passenger traffic. There's a fair few more junctions than I think you really need, but anyway. Those stations will never have anything at them, but I guess it is a good place to turn trains around and such. It's quite the neat little way it designs these crossings and junction points. That way the trains can go any direction they like at any time. But anyway, that's separate. In the meantime, we completed the... which one was it that finished? Must have been the coal mission. And it was replaced by livestock to Lewis Head. So Lewis Head's on here 3 times now. Steel, livestock, and grain. They've got all of them. Greedy buggers. Anyway. Well, that's fine. The green one's just about done. That oil's just about done, so it's okay. Put the speed back up. Yes, that's very nice. Just this chain of income floating in. It's very nice. Anyway. Alright. Okay, the grain mission completed. Let's see what we get. Hopefully not just grain to Lewis Head again. Because that would be very silly. Anyway. I think just 2 more trips of this boat should probably do it unless this is dropped again. Oh, it's actually gone up. No, never mind. It's right where it was. I was going to say it actually went up a little bit. But it's right back where it was, although the passenger amount went up a little bit, but I'm not using this for passengers anyway, so don't really care about that too much. Okay. That sounds to me like a new mission. Hey! Alright. Well, I don't think we're going to have time to connect it this episode, but let's at least scout it out. So we are looking for a farm near here. And this one's in use. So we have choice of going way down here, but that's in use as well. No, I think we want to come over to here. Oh, that is terrible production. I'm hoping once it's connected and actually starts seeing some use, they'll improve, but if not, that's terrible production. Failing that, there's another one further on. Okay, I think it might be worth the extra distance. Because that is amazing, at least for the grain. The livestock's very poor, though. I think we'll just leave both of them up and we'll make the decision in the next episode. So at this point, folks, please stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.